any of the questions that I'm going to answer for you. Fine, children. So the first question, very short type question is, which one is a chemical change, rusting of iron or melting of iron? Let us start from you, Abhinav.
Ma'am, rusting of iron is a chemical change because it's going oxidation.
Chemical change because a new substance is formed in this, whereas in the melting of iron, only the solid iron gets converted into the molten form. Fine. Okay. Next, Ayanuja, name and state the law which is kept in mind while we balance a chemical equation.
Ma'am, law of conservation of mass. It states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed.
It is the law of conservation of mass, which states that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. Fine. So it is law of okay. We will move to the next question because that is not important. Next, state one basic difference between physical and chemical change. Next will be Driti.
Ma'am, in physical change, no new substances are formed, and in chemical change, a new substance is formed.
So it is that in the physical change, no new substances formed, and in the chemical change, new substances formed. Okay. I hope this is clear. And then next, shall I write or is it clear, or I'll write because then I will share with you. So in the physical change, no new substances formed. And then in the chemical change, new substances formed. The next, Aryan.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the answer. What happens when quicklime is added to water? It's a very important question. I think I'm seeing this question for I don't know what number of times. I've seen this question a lot many times. So do learn this reaction after we discuss. If you don't know, then we can discuss now. But from now on, you should know. Aryan. So what happens when quicklime is added to water?
Ma'am, they react heavily. Like quicklime. What is? Ma'am, there will be too much heat generated, ma'am.
What is quicklime?
Quicklime. 1 minute. Ma'am, CaOH.
Sarah, do you know what is quicklime?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me? Ma'am, it's calcium oxide, ma'am.
Okay. So basically, the calcium oxide reacts with water. It leads to the formation of calcium hydroxide and a large amount of heat is released. Everyone should be knowing this reaction because it's a very important reaction. The reaction of quicklime, that is calcium oxide with water, leading to the formation of calcium hydroxide is its chemical name. Whereas if we talk about its common name, it is slaked lime. You should know about both the names. Slaked lime. Fine, children. Next. Cheyenne, next question. What happens when ZnCO3 is heated in the absence of air? Give the relevant equation. So basically, you have to tell what happens when ZnCO3 is heated. Do you know?
It forms using carbonate of carbon dioxide.
I could hear only carbon dioxide, which is correct, but what else you say?
Zinc carbonate.
Calcium carbonate.
Zinc carbonate.
Which carbonate?
Zinc. Yes.
Carbonate. But zinc carbonate is itself getting heated. This is zinc carbonate only. It will lead to the formation of zinc oxide and carbon dioxide. Okay. Then next, Meher. Is burning of a candle a physical change or a chemical change?
Ma'am, it's both because the wax burns and from solid to liquid, and it again converts into solid when it's cooled down. And burning of lid of a candle is chemical change.
Very good. Melting in this case is physical, whereas burning in this case is chemical. Siddhishri, are you there in the class? Siddhi,
Yes, ma'am.
can you tell me the answer for the next question? Write the chemical equation for reaction that take place when lead nitrate and potassium iodide solutions are mixed. Do you know what is lead nitrate? Siddhi, Subhansh, can you tell me?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, PbNO3 whole twice plus Ki gives PbI2 plus KNO3.
That's absolutely correct. And again, it is a very, very important reaction because this reaction comes in multiple ways in the question paper. You can be asked in the form of double displacement reaction. You can be asked a reaction in which a yellow precipitate is formed. You can ask in this manner also in the direct manner. Fine, this is yellow precipitate and you can balance it. Write a balanced chemical equation. Basically, you have to balance this equation. Who will tell me? Sai Siddhartha,
Ma'am,
tell me, dear.
Ma'am, 2FeSO4 when heated gives rise to Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3.
Yes, only 2 will come in front of FeSO4. Rest the equation is already balanced. Let us begin once again. Ionizum. Which one is the chemical change? Fermentation of fruit juice or diluting fruit juice?
Diluting fruit juice.
Fermentation.
Yes, it's fermentation because the fruits get fermented and a new substance is formed, whereas in the dilution, only the water is added to the fruit juice. There is nothing new formed, only the concentration of the juice differs. Fine. Next, Abhinav, what is meant by a skeletal equation?
An unbalanced chemical equation.
Define.
A chemical equation in which number of reactant is not equal to number of product.
Yes, that's correct. The equation in which the number of reactants, number of atoms of reactant are not equal to number of atoms of products. Okay. Next, Dhairya.
yes, ma'am.
Type of balance when we have.
Ma'am, question number 12.
Question number 11. Carbon monoxide reacts with hydrogen gas at 350 atmosphere to form methyl alcohol. Do you know what is carbon monoxide? Go with the name. What is carbon? Dare unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
What is carbon?
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
Priti, what is carbon? Symbol of carbon. Diti, unmute yourself.
Ma'am, carbon is C.
And oxygen, oxide. Mono oxide means how many oxygens?
One oxygen.
So it will be
CO.
CO. Then it reacts with hydrogen gas, which means
H2.
H2. Then at 340 atmosphere, it leads to the formation of methyl alcohol. I know you people must not be knowing what is methyl alcohol, so I will tell you. This is the formula of methyl alcohol. Okay.
Ma'am,
So now you can balance and tell.
ma'am, in front of H2 there will be a 2.
And I think that's the balanced one. Fine. Let's move to the next question. Dhare, are you able to hear now?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Abhigya. Why are you so late? We have already discussed so many questions.
Ma'am, my internet connection is very less.
Okay.
Now also.
Sai, next question you can tell. Write the type of reaction in the following. So what do we call the reaction in which an acid and a base reacts?
Ma'am, neutralization reaction.
Very good. It is neutralization reaction. Then Shayan, what will be rusting of iron known as?
Chemical change.
Type of reaction. Iron reacts with what?
Thermal reaction.
Hmm?
Thermal reaction.
Iron reacts with what, Shayan? I will help you. It will be easier then. If you know iron reacts with what in case of rustic?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. So whenever anything in anything, oxygen is being added, then what we call that reaction as? Addition of oxygen is happening, right?
Oxidation.
Yes. We call it a slow oxidation reaction because oxygen is being added. The next, Aryan, next question. List 4 observations that help us to determine whether a chemical reaction has taken place.
Evolution of gas,
Right.
change in
Next,
color,
evolution of gas,
then
change in color.
change
There,
in
what is
temperature.
happening? The gas or not?
Change in temperature,
Sorry, ma'am.
Change in temperature.
then change in state. That is evolution of heat also, or evolution of
Yes.
heat.
We are for any 4 we can write. The change of temperature, change or evolution of gas, change in color, change in state, formation of precipitate. Next question. Who has to answer? Subhansh. What is observed when carbon dioxide is passed through lime water for a short duration or for a long duration? First of all, what is lime water?
CAO.
CA?
Oh,
No.
lime water. Ma'am, I know the carbon dioxide turns lime water milky.
So what is lime water? That's the most important. Sai, can you tell what is lime water?
Ma'am, CaOH twice.
Very good. So CaOH hold twice. When carbon dioxide is passed through it, it leads to the formation of Sai. Can you tell me? Shubhansh, Sai, any of you can tell? Abhigya, do you know what is formed when calcium hydroxide reacts with carbon dioxide?
Ma'am, can I guess? Like, I
Ma'am,
am not sure.
for a short time, then calcium carbonate.
Very good. It is correct. What he has said is correct. For the short time, it is calcium carbonate, which is responsible for the milkiness. And if at all prolonged supply of carbon dioxide is there for long time, then it leads to the formation of, who is going to tell me?
Ma'am, this I don't know.
Ma'am, may
Ma'am,
I?
carbon hydrocarbonate.
Yes, it is calcium hydrogen carbonate, and the milkiness here disappears. Fine, children. I hope there is no doubt in any of these questions which we have discussed till now. Next question will be answered by Meher. Write the balanced chemical equation for the following reaction. Write the name of the reaction. Meher, what is barium chloride?
BaCl.
BaCl2.
Okay,
What is aluminum sulfate?
AlSO4.
Al2SO4 whole thrice. You have to learn to write the formulas, otherwise the balancing will not be correct. What is barium sulfate?
BaSO4 thrice.
No, it is BaSO4 only. Then what is aluminum chloride?
Al2Cl2. AlCl2.
Al. Now tell me what will be the balanced equation.
Ma'am, I need time to balance it.
Yes, you can take the time. Others also need to try. Instead of looking at just the screen, you better try the question so that you know how to write the answers. Because if one child is answering, doesn't mean you all know everything. So you all should try simultaneously the questions which we are discussing. Meher, as soon as you are done, you have to tell me because I'm waiting for you to do it.
One skin is closed.
Yes, just give me a moment. You can see and then I can.
Ma'am, I think it's 3BaCl2 plus Al2SO4 taken thrice and 3BaSO4 and 2AlCl3.
That's correct. What is this type of reaction?
Double displacement.
Very good. It is a double displacement reaction. Siddhi, are you there? Siddhi? Okay, I think she cannot answer. Sai, let's start with you this time. Why do we store silver chloride in dark colored bottles?
Ma'am, so that the silver chloride doesn't react with the sunlight to form to decompose into
That's correct.
silver and chloride.
That's correct. So it is because to prevent silver chloride to undergo photolytic decomposition reaction. Photolytic decomposition reaction. Okay, children? That's why it is stored in the dark colored bottles. Next. Shayan. Define a combination reaction. Give one example of a combination reaction which is also exothermic. So what is a combination reaction first of all?
The reaction in which two substances or two reactants combine to form one new product. Example, carbon dioxide reacting with quicklime.
That's correct. Correct. The reaction in which two or more reactants, very good, Shayan. Reactants combine to form one product. It is known as combination reaction. The example for that is calcium oxide reacting with carbon dioxide, leading to the formation of calcium hydroxide, and heat is released. So it is exothermic. Next, Shubhansh. What happens when iron nail is put inside the copper sulfate solution? Write a reaction with observation.
Ma'am, when iron nail is put inside the copper sulfate solution, displacement reaction occurs and the copper is displaced on iron nail and the copper sulfate becomes iron sulfate.
And what is the color change of the solution? Observation.
The color changes from blue to green.
And what is the reaction?
Fe plus CuSO4 gives FeSO4 plus Cu.
So this is the reaction. You have to, children, read the question carefully. Whatever has been asked should be answered. He answered everything, but neither he spoke about the color change, nor he spoke about the reaction. And in the question, it was very clearly mentioned, write a reaction with observation. So our observation is color changes from blue to green. And also in the first part, they asked that what actually happens, means you have to explain that the displacement reaction takes place. And then you can give the explanation of this same. Next. Meher, next question. Name the raw materials that are required for the, no, we will leave this question because this is not the question to be done right now. Let's move to the next one. State the law which is followed in the balancing of the chemical equation. What is that law? You don't have to name the law now. Now you have to state it.
The law is 1 minute. It's law of conservation of mass, which states that the total reactants in the mass of reactants is equal to mass of products.
And the definition for that is mass can
Neither be created nor be destroyed.
Very good. Neither be created nor be destroyed. Then we have to balance the next equation. Who is going to tell me the balancing of the next equation?
Ma'am, may I tell?
Tell me, beta.
Ma'am, 3Fe plus 4H2O gives us Fe3O4 plus 4H2.
I could not hear what you said before H2O.
Ma'am, now you can hear me? Ma'am, it is 4H2O which gives us Fe3O4 plus 4H2.
Very good. That's absolutely correct. Next, after this, Abhigya. A white solid, when dropped in water, produces a hissing sound. What the solid may be, this only, I will only able to help. Anyone can try this question, or shall I help?
Ma'am, calcium oxide. Nee.
Calcium hydroxide.
Ma'am, I know. Ma'am, sodium.
Very good. That's sodium. It's the most reactive element. As soon as we drop it in the water, it can even catch fire in the presence of air and water. So sodium is the solid, and when it reacts with water, it leads to the formation of sodium
Sodium.
hydroxide and hydrogen gas is formed. You can balance this equation. This is the balanced equation. I think that's what is asked. This is the solid. They ask about the chemical reaction is given. Name the products formed. It is sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. And hydrogen. Next. Whose chance is it? Abhigya. When hydrogen gas is passed over copper oxide, copper and steam are formed. Write the balanced chemical equation with physical states for this reaction. State what kind of chemical reaction is this? Abhigya,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me.
No, I don't know this one.
Copper oxide. What is the formula of copper oxide if the valency of the copper is 2? In the bracket, I told you if Roman numerals is mentioned, then that means that's the valency. If the valency of the copper is 2, then what will be the formula of copper oxide? Abhigya, tell me quickly.
CuO
Yes. And they are saying then when hydrogen is passed over this, so what will be hydrogen?
plus H2.
Right. And then clearly it is saying that copper and steam are formed. What is copper? What is steam?
Copper is Cu and steam is
Steam is what?
It's, ma'am, is it H2?
It's water only. It's water only, na? Ice, water, steam, all of them are the same form of water only. Now we have to mention the physical state. So, okay, Abhinav, you can go ahead and tell me the physical states.
Ma'am, CO is solid, H2 is
H2 is
gas, gas,
correct.
and heater means delta.
Huh?
Heater means, should we need to mention heat over the aroma?
Then we
Then
don't need to mention
Cu,
because saying that copper oxide is heated. So it is advanced heating. We are not supplying the heat continuously. Fine.
okay, ma'am.
So copper is
Solid and H2 is liquid.
H2 is
Gas.
right because it was asked about the steam. Now who is going to tell Dhriti what is this kind of reaction?
Ma'am, displacement.
No. It is displacement, but there is another type also. Displacement is correct. What other type of reaction is this?
Redox.
Right. It is a redox reaction as well. Meher. Next question. Reaction of carbon monoxide with heated copper oxide is a reduction explained. So what is carbon monoxide? I just explained some time back. What is carbon monoxide? Meher, do you know?
Ma'am, I think it's CuO.
Carbon monoxide. Just one oxygen with carbon monoxide is heated with copper oxide. What is copper oxide?
Ma'am,
Just now we discussed about copper oxide. See in the above question.
ma'am, CuO is copper oxide.
CuO is copper oxide. They are saying that it is a reduction reaction. So what will be the product formed? It will be CuCO3. And they are saying that it is a reduction reaction. How come?
Ma'am, it's a reduction reaction because carbon is losing oxygen,
Yes,
which
and
is
giving it to Copper oxide, because carbon monoxide loses oxygen. So that is why it is a reduction reaction. Fine, children?
Ma'am,
Next question. Yes.
ma'am, shouldn't the product be CO plus CO2?
Yes, the product should be Cu plus CO2. Cu plus CO2, and now but according to the product, the answer changes, because in this case the reduction occurs. So copper oxide is loses oxygen and converts into copper. That is why. Fine. Chal. Next question. What do you who hasn't got the chance? I think Aryan hasn't got the chance. Aryan, tell me the next question.
What do you observe
What
when
do you observe when concentrated sulfuric acid is added to sugar? I think we will skip this question for now because this is not a part of the first chapter. Fine. We can move to the next question. What do you observe when zinc oxide is heated and cooled? Again, this is related to chapter number 3, where we are going to study about the extraction of metals. There we are going to read this question also. Next, what do you observe when tri-lead tetraoxide is heated? Tri-lead is Pb3, tetraoxide is O4. So Pb3O4 on heating, it will give us lead oxide and oxygen gas would be released. Fine, children? Next, what happens when ammonium carbonate is kept in open? This is ammonium carbonate. Formula for this would be is kept in open. Can anyone try the answer? The probable products for this would be the formation of ammonia and release of carbon dioxide gas, though I will also first check this answer. Fine, children? And whatever would be the 100% answer, I'll write and then post. Fine, children? Next question. What is the reaction between steam and red hot iron said to be a reversible reaction? The red hot iron is your normal iron, and reaction with steam means water in the gaseous form. It leads to the formation of Fe3O4 plus hydrogen. So they are saying that how can we say that this reaction is reversible? Because the the iron oxide which is formed, it can be the removal of oxide layer can be done, and the iron can be regained. So what is the reason for that? The layer of oxide from Fe3O4 can be done, and iron metal can be obtained. Children, now I will not get into this also very much, but I will give you a brief how can we do it. Can be obtained. We can reduce it by the help of carbon, or shall I write only? The iron oxide can be reduced with the help of carbon. I'll write it here. So it is Fe3O4 plus carbon. It leads to the formation of Fe plus CO2. Okay, so this is how we can obtain the iron back. That is why we call this reaction as a reversible reaction. Next, give an example of a redox reaction involving a metallic oxide and a neutral gas as the only reactant. So do you know what are metallic oxides? The oxides of metal. Again, this question we are going to do later. The metals, when we will be thorough with the metals and non-metals, then we will come back to certain questions. Next, classify the following as exothermic or endothermic. Yes, first reaction. C plus O2 gives CO2. What do you people think? What would it be?
Exothermic.
Exothermic.
It will be exothermic in nature. It will be exothermic. The next reaction. The reaction of nitrogen and hydrogen leading to the formation of ammonia. Then it would be,
Endothermic.
yes, it will be endothermic. We supply heat. Then next, C plus 2S gives CS2. Again, we supply heat. It is an endothermic reaction. Though these are certain reactions which are not even specifying what heat is supplied or not, but I will tell you and then you can memorize them later on. N2 plus O2 gives NO2. Again, we supply heat in this reaction, so it is endothermic in nature. And the last reaction, CaCO3, you know about this reaction on heating. It gives CaO plus CO2. Then what is this kind of reaction? Tell
Endothermic.
me in this. Yes,
Endo-
again, it is endothermic reaction. Okay, children. So, children, I am going to share this, whatever questions we have discussed today with you all. You can revise the chapter in the next class also. We will continue discussing the questions because the questions are quite interesting and it is going to help you in the exam also. And then from our next class, that would be the next Monday, we will be starting with a new chapter. Okay, children? So do revise and come in the next class so that you can answer the questions which are to be discussed in the next class. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.